Hey guys, and welcome back to The Girl with the Shovel. I'm Angela, and today we are going to be repotting my anthurium. Okay, so obviously some things you're going to need are your plant. So you need an anthurium. You're going to need a new pot. I've got this one here that's a little bit bigger than the original pot. It also needs good drainage. This is very essential for these plants. So this one has a nice hole in the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. And some nice drainage where the extra water can drain out on the sides. And then you're going to need an orchid mix. That's actually what this type of plant prefers. Anthuriums prefer orchid mix. I tried to do my own, but they were out of orchid bark, so I had to order that. So for today, I'm using this pre-mixed Miracle-Gro orchid potting mix, which is actually my first time using it, so we will try it out. It seems to be okay. I opened it up, and it seems to be okay. So we'll be using that today. If you want, you can have gloves. I actually like getting my hands dirty. There's something satisfying about it. And then you can also use like a trowel or something if you'd like. OneSkin, I won't be, but go ahead and use it if that's what you'd like to use. So to start off, you'll want to get your anthurium out of the pot. Now, usually it's best if it's either overly dry or overly wet if you're having issues getting it out. So mine is pretty dry, so I can just come in right here. I'm just using my finger to kind of massage around the sides just to kind of loosen it up a little bit. And then I have this little tray I got from IKEA. It's actually a shoe tray. Okay, and then pull it out. Be very careful. Don't try to tug on the stem or you could break the stem, and that is not what you want. You don't want to break the stem. If you need to tug on it, pull on a leaf over a stem because it can always replace a leaf, but it can't replace a stem. Here we go. And as I thought, I didn't think that this anthurium was in great shape. Like I said, it got sunburnt and then got eaten. So there are a few roots in here that have died. So let's inspect the roots, pull out any that are not doing well. So I think there was another stem that was in here that didn't survive my dog. So I'm gonna kind of remove some of those. I don't know if you can see these. So you see there are these nice healthy roots, and then they have these little dried out roots. Let me grab one here. You see that? That one isn't even connected to anything. Okay, so you can take out these, but then leave your nice healthy roots right here. So I'm just gonna kind of loosen this up and get any that will kind of fall out here. If you have any that are mushy, or sometimes people say they smell bad, those can be trimmed off. Any like really black, mushy roots. I'm not seeing any, but that's a sign of root rot. It's pretty common for indoor plants like we have talked about in a lot of the videos. So any of those you'll want to remove as well. So this guy wasn't having issues with his roots circling in the pot, but I know a lot of times we only repot when it's obviously needing it. And so sometimes you can get those circling roots. So then you'd want to massage it out and just kind of pull it out, loosen it all up. So these are fine. Like I said, there's a lot of kind of damaged stuff in here, which I was expecting. I was definitely expecting it. But I'm excited to see all this healthy growth because for a time, I didn't think that this guy was going to survive. So that's great. And then we're also going to remove all of this soil that it came in. Because I was trying it out. It's just generic houseplant soil. And we're going to switch it over into something it's going to like more, which is the orchid bark soil. So for the next step, you're going to get your pot and you are going to put a little bit of soil in the bottom and then put your plant on top. Now this is probably the biggest I would go for how many roots I have. I don't really have that many roots. So this is definitely the biggest I would go. I wouldn't go any bigger because if you do too much, then your pot will hold too much soil and then your roots will rot. You'll have root rot because there'll be too much soil in comparison to your roots. That's a huge problem for indoor plants, okay? So I'm also gonna show you this orchid bark mix. Here we go. So this orchid mix is mainly bark, okay? And that is used to aerate the soil, okay? So I'm just going to grab this and add it into my pot, okay? And I'll get a little bit at the bottom. Let me show you. It's a lot of bark. It's a lot of bark, okay? There you go. So I'm just gonna add some to the bottom, place my anthurium inside, and then fill up around. I'm gonna move this up here so I stop dropping things. Okay, so now we are done repotting our anthurium. Now, a few things I wanted to mention before we go is make sure that the level of where it's at in your new pot was the same as the level as it was at in your old pot, okay? So it was right about here. So I don't want to put my soil up here or down lower, okay? I want it right at that little spot where it was before. That will definitely help and avoid any stem rot, okay? Now you see it's kind of one-sided. That's because I had it on up against a wall and looking at a window over there. So if you want it more full around, just keep rotating it as new leaves appear. And then for anthuriums, they love bright indirect light. You don't want to get sunburn like I was testing out here and they did not like it. So no direct sunlight. They like lots of humidity, and with this loose kind of coarse soil mix, I'll definitely want to be watering it more frequently because it won't hold on to as much soil, but it should love it so much better because it'll have much better air circulation around its roots. Okay, so that is it. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. Once again, I don't have an orchid soil mix yet, but I'm hoping to get that video out soon. And for now, I'm just trying out that pre-mixed Miracle-Gro orchid soil. It's the coarse blend. So if you like this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss another video. And if you want more information on plant care and any other tips and tricks, check out my website at thegirlwithashovel.com. And then if you want to join a community of awesome plant people, feel free to join the Facebook group Houseplants for Plant Killers, where we are always having new discussions about our plants, as well as you can catch all of my latest posts and videos there. So have a great one, guys, and good luck with your anthuriums.